Okay, we're ready to start another science lesson. We've been working through the human body and the body systems as well as homeostasis. So this video is covering some general information and review of some topics that we have already addressed, but expanding a little bit. Okay, so before we head into more detailed information. All right, so let's get started. Remember, structure determines function. Structure determines function. Examples would be nerve cells. So look at that beautiful structure of a nerve cell. It's designed that way to transmit fast electrical responses. And the heart, full of muscle, the ventricles, the bottom chambers, more muscular to pump the blood out of the heart. And let's remember the organization of life. This time I'm putting organelle in there first. Remember, organelles are not alive on their own, but they make up cells. Cells would be the basic unit of life, the smallest structural and functional unit of life. Cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up organ systems, and organ systems make up organisms. Okay, so this is vital to understand. Organelle would be the simplest go around, organism would be the most complex. Now, some organ systems allow movement. Remember that's skeletal, that's muscular, and that's the nervous system. Okay, skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system. They allow movement, the nervous system sending the signals. Some organ systems control. So that's the nervous system with fast electrical impulses sent via nerves or neurons. And the endocrine system. It's slow, but not always that slow. It uses glands and then chemical signals called hormones that are released into the bloodstream. Some organ systems transport materials. So that's like the circulatory system that moves blood and lymph. The respiratory system moves gases, it regulates oxygen levels. And the excretory system, which moves wastes and regulates the amount of water. Some organ systems coordinate stimulus and response. So the nervous system, especially the senses, so seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, it requires coordination with the muscular and the skeletal system. Okay, the muscles attached to your bones, so it all has to work together. And reaction time is part of this. Remember we did the activity where you try to click something? If we were in class, we'd be dropping rulers, trying to grab them. There's lots of ways that you can test reaction time, but that's part of the coordination between stimulus and response. How quickly do you respond to a stimulus? Somebody throws something at you, you're going to blink, okay? Move away. That's the response. The stimulus is the throw at you. Some organ systems coordinate hormones. So that's primarily the endocrine system. It's a gland that releases chemical signals. Remember, those are hormones, and they are released into the bloodstream. So since the bloodstream is involved, you know it's the circulatory system. So it carries hormones to target cells and affects other systems. Okay, so it may increase heart rate, it may dilate your pupils, it may constrict your pupils. Okay, a lot of different effects. Homeostasis, remember, is stable. It keeps internal balance even when the environment changes, whether that's internal or external. But it requires interaction of body systems. So we've got to have a partnership. Some examples of ways your body maintains homeostasis: body temperature. Remember, that's 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. Blood pressure, okay, that pumping force of the heart. Oxygen levels. Balance, okay, so it keeps you steady whether you're sitting or walking. Hunger and thirst, okay, all parts of how your body has to maintain homeostasis. So let's look at an example. Let's look at balance. So the ears, okay, There are structures in the ears that help determine balance, which has to do with the position of your head. So your ears sense the position of your head. Your brain detects that you are off balance, okay, if you are. And then the nervous system directs muscles to steady you. So which way you have to move to steady your balance. And then the muscles move to actually correct your balance. So the ears are constantly sensing the position of your head and whether you're in balance or not. The brain is going to detect those signals and direct nerves to tell muscles to move if you need to maintain your balance. Another example has to do with thirst. So I feel thirsty. What am I going to do? I'm going to get a drink. That signal has told me I need to get a drink. When I get a drink, all of a sudden I don't feel thirsty anymore. So I stop drinking. Okay, and it's all part of the way to maintain homeostasis of water balance. Okay, now what about if homeostasis is disrupted? Germs can make you sick. You might get a fever. Stress. Stress is a big one. Long-term stress can weaken your ability to fight disease. It can cause depression, headaches, and so much more. So exposure to long-term stress is terrible for your body. So you're going to need to find ways to reduce stress. Okay, things like taking a walk, taking a break, talking to a friend, writing in a journal, painting, drawing, playing a video game, whatever works for you in terms of reducing stress. Disrupting homeostasis. So if you don't get this corrected, okay, and your fever lasts too long, okay, your stress lasts too long, whatever it is, it lasts too long. You can lead to illness, also some chronic diseases or disorders like diabetes, but it can also lead to death if it is left unchecked. Okay, so it's very important for your body to maintain homeostasis. And there you have it. That's an overview of homeostasis and the body systems. A lot of this we've already covered, but I wanted to review it before we move on and make sure I stress the importance of homeostasis, that internal balance. No matter what is happening inside or outside, your body is always striving for homeostasis.